Angkor Wat, Angkor Thom, or by its ancient name Srey Yaksa Toarak Borak, is not only world-renowned but also shrouded in mysteries spanning thousands of years. Common questions we often hear are, how was Angkor Wat created? Who were the Khmer people that Thai often claims built Angkor? Did the Khmer people disappear, or did they evolve into today's Khmer people? Most importantly, who was King Jayavarman VII, the last great monarch of Yaksa Toarak Borak? Why was he called the extraordinary and powerful Buddhist king? Are the faces displayed on the four gates of Angkor his face or the face of Brahma? Do the ancient temples currently located in Thailand, both in the northeast and central regions, reflect the influence of his power over those territories? Did he truly govern territories stretching from Angkor to northeastern Thailand, across the Mekong River to Jarmpar Sak or Vientiane in Laos, and even rule over Jarmpar Kingdom in present-day Vietnam? Professor Suartvardi Atera, who completed his bachelor's degree in ancient languages and inscriptions from Thailand's Faculty of Arts and graduated from the Sorbonne in France, has meticulously studied King Jayavarman VII's history. This is because Jayavarman VII was the most remarkable monarch in Southeast Asia, ruling an empire stretching from Vietnam to Thailand. Evidence from inscriptions at Preah Khan Temple indicates that Jayavarman VII built three main roads from the Angkor capital to various regions, including Thailand and Vietnam. The roads mentioned in these inscriptions led Professor Suartvardi to conduct research based on evidence that remains to this day. According to inscriptions at Preah Khan Temple, King Jayavarman VII built three major roads, each featuring rest houses along the way for travelers. These rest houses were called Maisons du Feu, or fire houses by French scholars. They initially theorized these were places where fire was kept or lit, since travelers on long journeys needed fire for illumination, and these locations likely served as places to maintain fire. However, a different interpretation later emerged that contradicted the French scholars' view, suggesting these fire houses were more likely rest houses or dharmasalas, means pilgrim rest houses for travelers. The Preah Khan inscriptions further reveal that along these three routes, travelers would find rest houses at regular intervals. All three roads originated from the capital of Angkor. The first road started from Angkor and led to the Jarmpar Kingdom, ending at Vijaya, present-day Binh Dinh province in Vietnam. The second road went from Angkor to Phimai, ending in the Khorat Plateau in present-day Thailand. As for the third road, French scholars have not yet been able to determine its exact location, despite some places being mentioned in the inscriptions. The route remains undiscovered. French scholars who came to Cambodia for research attempted to locate these ancient roads, believing that there were more than just these three main routes. They discovered many other roads that were used contemporaneously during the Angkor period, some of which continue to be used today. The interest in finding Jayavarman VII's roads was particularly sparked when Thai professors questioned that if there truly was a road to Phimai in Thailand, it should have left traces that could still be found today, given its continuous use throughout history. On the contrary, there seem to be no news announcements about discovering this route, which raises questions: does this path really exist? Has it disappeared? Or is it invisible to the naked eye? Regarding this issue, Mr. George Sudis, an expert in Khmer inscriptions, wrote in his book, Krong Preah Noko, Noko Wat, Noko Thom, that King Jayavarman VII not only built Angkor Thom and many other temples, but also constructed 121 rest houses along the roads for travelers, designated for pilgrims on these elevated pathways. Most of these roads were built during his reign, and he also built 102 hospitals scattered across all 4 directions of the Khmer Empire. Due to limited evidence and documentation, Thai professors began conducting additional research using satellite imagery technology to help search for King Jayavarman VII's routes. The satellite imagery research greatly aided their investigation of inaccessible pathways. Satellite images revealed the rectangle walls of Angkor Wat, which according to the Preah Khan temple inscription, had a route leading from Angkor capital through the western corner of the Barai, matching King Jayavarman VII's route from the capital to Phimai in northeastern Thailand. The route to the Champa kingdom extended eastward from Angkor capital, and this road currently maintains its good condition all the way to Vietnam, still usable today. Another satellite image showed the Dorn Rak mountain range that forms the Cambodia-Thailand border. 3 large temples were found in Thai territory in Barn Krot district, Buriram province, including Tamon, Tamon Tom, and Tamon Toj temples. It is concluded that this was the passage ancient Khmers used to travel to the Khor plateau in Phimai. Many square pools appeared in this area. It was here that earlier French archaeologists concluded it was King Jayavarman VII's route that departed from Angkor capital, crossed the Dorn Rak mountains at Tamon Pass, continued to Panam Rung Temple, before reaching Phimai, which was the ancestral homeland of King Jayavarman VII dynasty. Where were the fire houses located? The research on King Jayavarman VII's routes was not previously clear, but based on inscriptions mentioning these routes, there must have been fire houses along the way. This led French scholars to conclude that Tamon Temple was the firehouse mentioned in the Preah Khan inscription. Additionally, nearby there is another temple called Prarsar Tmor, and along the way before reaching Panam Rung Temple, at the foothills there is a small temple that is believed to be a firehouse. Before the route ends in Phimai, another firehouse was discovered. Based on these findings, early French researchers drew route maps connecting these areas as definitively being King Jayavarman VII's routes. As technology advanced, satellite imagery played an important role in helping explore places inaccessible to people. Panam Rung Temple is an important area because it had been a religious site since ancient times, so if there was a road to Phimai, it must have inevitably passed through the Panam Rung area. After capturing images from satellite, they indeed found a firehouse there. Not only that, they also discovered a hospital similar to what George Sudis had written about. The architectural form of firehouses differs from hospitals or treatment centers, whether in terms of walls, entrance orientation, or overall construction layout. For example, the large Tamon and small Tamon temples, one being a treatment center and the other being a rest house or firehouse. These 2 temples have different walls, inner sanctuaries, false windows, and real windows, all with distinct designs. Speaking of Jayavarman VII's firehouses, whether in Cambodia, Laos, or Thailand, they all share the same architectural style. The special thing about Jayavarman VII's routes is that they must have firehouses, while treatment centers could be located anywhere and didn't need to be along the routes. In the vicinity of Prarsart Srok Kram, or as the Thai call it Prarsart Mern Tom in present-day Thailand, which has another Bar Rai nearby. Another treatment place was discovered. This indicates that King Jayavarman VII's influence truly extended over a vast territory, otherwise such ancient temple structures from his era wouldn't be found scattered so widely. The ancient road from Angkor to Phimai is now partially covered by modern roads in some places. However, one can trace its path through the markings that extend from the reservoir of Prarsart Srok Kram or Prarsart Mern Tom, which are all connected. It is concluded that these road traces are definitively from ancient times, used for traveling to Prarsart Phnom Rong. Some believe that firehouses or rest houses should have been located either in populated areas or in isolated locations. However, if one believes that firehouses were meant for travelers to stay overnight, they might not necessarily need to be in villages or populated areas, but rather should be closer to travel routes. In the Phnom Rong area, researchers have discovered evidence of multiple settlements that may have existed even before Jayavarman VII's time, as Prarsart Phnom Rong was built earlier. The Preah Khan inscription indicates that the road from Angkor to Phimai had 17 firehouses, of which only 8 have been found in Thailand today. GPS systems have been used to measure distances and directions to determine the route's location. It was observed that drawing a straight line from Angkor to Phimai places the road at 144 degrees, but this differs from the route mapped by French researchers. Due to this data discrepancy, Thai researchers raised the question: if the road truly lies at 144 degrees, are there firehouses along this path? After examining satellite imagery, 4 firehouses were found along the 144-degree path. Could it be possible that the French route was incorrect or not precisely located? Perhaps French scholars drew the road through Phnom Rong and to Phimai based on assumptions, given that Phnom Rong was an important ancient Khmer settlement. Some suggest that the road from Angkor to Phimai might not have been completely straight, as it likely had to curve around geographical features such as rivers and lakes.